I think the industry is becoming increasingly comfortable with the fact that oil prices remained relatively robust throughout that period of time. And so there's a confidence returning to the E&P players in terms of their investment strategies and rationales. Certainly the issue of competency in a post-Macondo environment is a critical factor for most companies and indeed their boards to consider in terms of their governance. But there are very viable solutions out there. We are working as a company, for instance, with the insurance underwriters in London to ensure that the customers that we work with in drilling their wells receive lower insurance premiums because they're using the management system and the risk management systems that we as a company have invested in over the course of the last 4 to 5 years. So there's a very positive outcome, if you like, from an increased awareness of the issues relating to what can happen on a well if it goes wrong. In terms of the global investment rationale, we continue to see NOCs increasingly reaching outside of their traditional boundaries and looking for international investment. We see the small new starts and the medium-sized independents continuing to globalize. And in a world where there continues to be a dearth of critical knowledge to get the job done, it continues to be a very good year for Senergy. Unfortunately, in the course of the last year, we've seen considerable escalation in the costs associated with most things in the industry, and that includes the intellectual talent of the people that we all seek to use. Many of the oil companies have almost sought to pursue access to the capability at any price, and I don't think that's a healthy thing for the industry. Strangely, the industry continues to focus on the individual rather than access to the knowledge itself. The technical challenges of any basin, are in themselves just that, a technical challenge. And that challenge can be addressed by accessing, a wider spread of knowledge and capability from companies like ourselves, rather than simply going out and getting the best person that's available. I would emphasize that the way Senergy seeks to continue to work with its customers is as a knowledge partner, working alongside the internal capability of the client. But there's no doubt that if 2 heads are better than 1, then I'd like to think that 100 heads are better than 2, and certainly having the breadth and depth of capability that we now have, which is consistent with a very large independent oil and gas company, is something which we can bring to our smaller customers and give them a capability which enables them to punch way above their weight. So that's how I would hope the industry will continue to evolve. I guess very nicely I was asked to come today to attend the event. That's a nice compliment on Senergy and myself. I was participating on the panel around the issues affecting leadership in the industry, and that's a subject which I feel very strongly around. I continue to emphasize that the industry needs to do more to tell the great story of what it's about and the great things that we're doing around the world. We must continue to erode the unfortunate circumstance where the media tends to lead industry communication. We've got to get out of a reactive method of telling our story into a proactive space. The industry continues to globalize, oil price remains high, and demand for our product continues to rise year on year. That's an environment where the world has, I think, finally accepted the importance of the energy industry in terms of the global economies that we all live in and invest in. So for me, the future is looking very, very positive. Leadership from companies around differentiation of their product and their people will be key to success, and this conference is all about success, so I'm delighted to be here.